Alrighty, well, today is October 4th, 2024. This week has been a doozy. We made it through the storm, the tornado Helen or Helene or whatever it was. Right before that, I did a video and showed you how I took the beautiful zinnias down, so now the tower looks really empty. We do have a couple, here's one that broke off a while back. So as you can see, let's see if I can show this. Turn her around a little. When she broke, I just shoved her in the soil. A lot of her leaves have broken off or died off, as you can see, but it did regrow some roots and just put off this beautiful flower. And you can see here, there's two flower stalks there. This one has shimmied up. And there's a flower getting ready to open. So it took root, and it's doing good. Carrots are still doing good. The okra is done putting off, so I really need to chop that down. The broccoli, well, it's still alive even after all the bugs that have been eating it. And you can see it does have some pretty decent looking leaves. We're just leaving that as a sacrifice plant. There's the other zinnia that we transplanted. She's got a flower bulb there. This one got blew over by the storm. And she's pretty crooked. You can see she goes through the second broccoli. Again, there's the broccoli. Doesn't look too good, but it's still kicking. So, oh, and there's my transplant carrot. It's taken off pretty well, so that's always exciting. Let's see if we can spin this around here. The tomatoes that I put in here, that one's about done. And the other one's on the other side. There's our Thai basil. And let me tell you, Thai basil is relentless. It's all went to seed, but it's coming up with more new ones. There's the stem of the original big zinnias. I chopped it down, and that's what's left of her. Here's the other tomato plant. Those are also, those are ground cherry tomatoes. You can see in there some more Thai basil that has self-seeded. There's some more Thai basil, self-seeded. Oh, yeah. There's the other stalk to the zinnia. That zinnia. It shimmies around. And again, it broke off, so I shoved it in the soil. It's taken root, put off some more flowers, and it's doing well. So if your zinnias do break off, try shoving them back in the soil and see if they'll take root. I'm going to take you in just a second. Oh, here's the last beet. It's been kicking all summer long. This is the baby one that wasn't ready, and I just left it in there. It's doing good. I don't think it'll produce a beet, but it's just in there, you know. So, you know, if you know anything about me, you know how much I can't stand killing things. And there's another volunteer basil over there. So the beet's just sitting there. I'm going to show you these other zinnias quick before I show you the rest of the towers. These are the zinnias that I clipped off when I deadheaded it, a long time ago. And you can see she's putting off more life. A couple of them have still been in there and have taken root. Now, because of the storm, this pot does not have drainage, so I've had to tip it over, and you can see it is definitely holding a lot of water. I'm hoping that that doesn't cause root rot and for these to die, but we'll just wait and see. And this long one was the last one that broke off of the zinnias before I actually cut it down. So it's a little droopy and it's extremely long. I don't have anything to prop it up on right now. We'll see what happens. Again, that soil is very waterlogged, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Mr. Stacky still has a lot of parsley, flat leaf parsley, and it's still doing good. It does have a little bit of discoloration because there is a little bit of moss in there. And you can see this one does not have a drain. So when we get the rain, it has been sitting in quite a bit of water. You can see all of this soil is still wet. I have one onion left. I refuse to pull it up. You can see in there, she's pretty decent size and she's starting to flop over. I'm just leaving her in there, and I've been harvesting it little by little when I put it on my baked potatoes. This is that lettuce, and there's 3 of them still kicking. So we just let them go. They're all bug infested now. So I just basically pick off the dead leaves, and I think there's 4 in there actually. So yeah, it's very bug infested, but it's keeping the bugs busy. It's not doing anything, so it's good. This here, I do believe, yep, this here is a volunteer Thai basil from the big tower. And this down here is one of the lettuces still left. I might actually go ahead and harvest some of that. And that's literally all that's left in Mr. Stacky. You can see over here, these are about shot. Dill is done, so I did take the seeds. It dried up over the storm, so I wasn't able to harvest the seeds and save them. So I just stuck them in one of these pockets over here to see what happens with them. This is the helichrysum. These are the poppies, and they're still trying to live. That's one of the last little zinnias. So here is the nasturtiums. That's what's left of them. They're still going. Everything's really waterlogged. This is the chamomile, which is still kicking. Over here, this is a volunteer zinnia that probably came from one of these ones that I've dead. I haven't cut them off yet. This is our spinach. Here's some more. This is the self-seeding spinach from that tower over there. And it's still doing good. That's all that's in there. You can see we've had so much water that there's moss on some of the soil. And that looks like it might be a dill seed. So we'll see how that works. So that's pretty much the porch. Let me take you down. There's our citronella plant. I picked off a bunch of the dead leaves. It was getting a lot of water, so I took the bucket out of underneath it, so now it can drain. And it's taken off really well since the heat has picked up. Yeah, this week we're going to have a heat wave back in the mid 80s. So we're just trying to make it through, and then by Tuesday we're supposed to start dropping. Now it is October 4th, and between the 9th and the 12th is our first frost date. So I'll keep you posted on that. I got to start watching the temperatures now, because there's a bunch of stuff that as soon as it gets too cold, I'm going to have to bring it in. But bleeding heart, that's our bleeding heart, and she has taken off and just grown everywhere. That is a volunteer dandelion that just hasn't died off, and I've whacked it a couple times and it just keeps kicking. And it's actually in our nasty soil, and it's still growing. That is our lettuce from this spring. Still doing well, has not died off. I should actually probably clean it up a bit, bring in those leaves and put them in some salad. It's got a lot of dirt on it, so it looks kind of grubby. But they're still good and healthy. Over here, the zinnias finally died. I don't know if you guys remember, I did take a bunch of the heads. You can see there's a head down there. And just put a bunch of the heads in here to see if they would regrow. It looks like they've started to take off. That is the bulb of onion that we took out of this one when we had the 2 onions from the store. It's still doing good. I'm thinking it's almost time to pluck her. I'm going to probably wait until the first frost and then yank her up. The pumpkins obviously are gone. You can see here the cucumbers are done. This one still had life last week, So I left it in here, and it is now fallen off of the vine. The vine has died off, and it is a little squishy. So I'll probably just let it sit in here, see if it dries up and has any seeds, and might even just let it self-seed. And then of course there's some weeds in there. Over here, where the parsley was in the red bucket, is now basil. Self-seeded basil that came from one of those plants over there, and it has already started going to flower. Houseplant died off, but it's putting off more leaves. Some sort of weed, they're still going. There's basil in there. These tomatoes have died off. There's basil in there. I don't know if these seeds are going to come up with anything. I'm waiting to see. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think so. This, I don't know if you can see it. This little guy right here, there you go from an angle, is supposedly, hopefully, my avocado. Because there is an avocado pit in here. So that's it. And then some little weeds. This is the peach pit, and I don't see anything from it, but we'll just wait and see. You can see the Thai basil there's Thai basil in there, and the peppermint. Peppermint was from this bucket. It reached over, started root, so I just lopped it off. See that dead stick there? That was the end of it. It started root and is growing. The purple thing is more Thai basil. There are still chives in there. The peppermint in here is still thriving. Lots of Thai basil. These tomatoes are also done. There's the Thai basil that self-seeded itself everywhere. Those two stalks are the purple tomatillo. I just harvested 6 of them yesterday and gave them to the neighbor. I guess they're supposed to be a really tart, tangy flavor, and I don't know how to utilize them. But the neighbor said that he puts them in a salsa. So he's going to make a salsa and let me try it. Looks like we only have one of the purple tomatillos left, and it is not ripe yet. The top of it still has to turn quite a bit purple, but it does have some more flowers. We'll wait and see how that does. The tea tree, oh, it's been gone for a while. There's the rest of our tomatoes. Well, no, I've got one more pot that had tomatoes that was still producing. And then, of course, Thai basil, a couple of weeds, and this guy here is a weed. So we got to get rid of him. We don't need him in here, because this guy, you can see all of the little tomatoes. They have fallen off and the husks have started to dissolve. That one in there, you can actually, maybe if it'll zoom in, you can see the seeds. Maybe from the side here. There, you can see where the tomato has disintegrated and there's seeds in there. So it'll self-seed. There's the rest of the Thai basil, still kicking and flowering. More Thai basil in there. I do believe that this is a pea shoot, or it's either a pea shoot or a bean shoot. But it just all of a sudden started sprouting since we've got that storm. So we'll wait and see how that goes. This here is the last tomato plant. You can see it has also died. So I've just taken all of the tomatoes that were left on it, put them in the soil and let them do their thing. This is more Thai basil that is self-seeded. There's more Thai basil. And right here is the last shoot. If I can pull it out here. There you go. That's the last shoot of the radish. So everything's doing pretty good out here. I'm just letting it grow naturally. Not really doing anything with it right now. Just letting it grow and continue doing its thing. It's been either so hot that I can't be out here without having heat exhaustion, or else it's been so rainy that I can't get out here without being drenched in 20 minutes. So that's what we got going on so far. My prickly pear, or my Nepalese cactus, has actually ripened. So I'll take you out and show you that quick. Whew, this heat's getting quick. Heat's picking up pretty fast. Rosebush is about shot, but this year we've actually got a lot of, see those orange things? Those are rose hips. And we've got quite a few of those. So I'm hoping that by the end of next month they'll be browned and dried so I can harvest them. And we'll freeze them and then boil them up into rosehip tea when winter comes. Okay, the prickly pear. You can see how big it's gotten. I have harvested a bunch of it and given it to the neighbor to eat. Here you can see the ripe fruits. The one is completely ripe and darkened, so it is ready to be picked. If you can zoom in down at the bottom, the bottom of the other ones, they are still a little green, so they're not ready. That one there's really yellow. I don't think, that one I thought for sure was going to die, and now it just started poofing up. So I don't know if it's going to live or not. Those I harvested in spring, and they're still kicking. And I can't pick them up because I don't have my tongers, but they actually have put off roots underneath them from all our water. I've been having to empty that. But you can see it's doing amazing, huge. There's a couple more fruits over there that still have to ripen. But it's doing good. And this fall I'm going to really lop it down pretty hard. So, because we've got to get it down some so it doesn't destroy this bucket. The banana, there's our banana plant. And it's growing like a weed. So you can see some of the top leaves have went through a lot of struggle since we had that storm. That storm really whipped it all over the place, but it's doing good, still growing. Here, I'll show you one of the stalks. There you go. I think that's the biggest stalk we have, and she's huge. And it takes almost 2 years for a banana plant to produce bananas. So I don't anticipate getting any bananas out of this. But it looks good in the yard. I like it. You can use its leaves for plates and for, some people use the leaves for tamales, I think. I think they're called tamales. It's a Mexican food. But they use the leaves and roll the cornmeal and the meat and everything up into those leaves and then bake them or steam them, or somehow they cook them. And so you can use the banana leaves for quite a few different things. I'm just not knowledgeable on all of that yet. But it's a work in progress. The good thing is she's still living. Now come winter, she will freeze and pretty much die down to nothing but the root ball. And then come spring, usually they come back. The root ball will, as long as it doesn't freeze, then the root ball will come back. So, and we'll have more banana plants growing. So that's what we got right now. I'm not going to go into the shade tent because it's way too hot and the sun's really beating on me right now. So just figured I'd give you a quick update, show you what's going on. Over there is my last okra. I've let it go to seed. It's drying out, and then I'll open up the pod and harvest the seeds. Those are some cherry tomatoes. If you can see, the one is disintegrated and turned into seeds already, so that's good. And that's an early purple tomatillo that fell off early, so I'm waiting to see if it goes to seed. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. I am getting ready to do a video on some notes that I've taken on a book that I read. It's more than a book, but I'm going to do a review / my takeaway notes from it, and then I will do a second video and show you how it all works and everything. So stay tuned for that. That's in the works. I got a couple other things going on too, but we have gotten the kitchen floor finished. I need to find some shade to stand in. And there's really none out here right now. But we got the floor finished. Now we just got to put the floating floor down, but that's going to be a while. So kitchen floor is done, and now I'm putting the kitchen back together. A little bit harder than what we thought, because we did end up removing the one counter and the one cupboard that had the drawer and everything in it. So now I'm trying to rearrange and figure out, here's a little bit of shade, where I can put all the stuff that was on the counter and in the cupboard. Give you a distance of the shade tent. She's still standing. That's been a blessing. And there's a lot still growing in there. I don't know if it'll zoom in. Yeah, there you go. You can see there's a lot of life still in there. But so I've been working on trying to figure out where to put all this stuff. All of our cooking utensils, and then our storage bowls and stuff like that. So it's been a doozy rearranging the kitchen and trying to find places for everything. But yeah. In between there, I've been trying to take it easy because this heat does get to me. And then when I'm just relaxing, I'm reading books, and got some really interesting books that I've been reading. And so I'm going to start doing reviews on that and those here on this channel as well. But we'll let you go for now because I'm cooking, hiding from the sun in the neighbor's shade. And I got a hair on me. So for now, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. If you find my videos interesting or you're getting something out of them, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and just remember, you are someone, you do matter. I love you, and we'll see you on the next video. Until then, ciao now.